In a quiet town nestled between rolling hills and lush forests, there lived a stray cat named Whiskers. His sleek black fur and piercing green eyes made him stand out, but his solitary nature kept him distant from the townsfolk and other animals. Whiskers had roamed the streets and alleys for as long as he could remember, always alone, always independent. He preferred it that way, or so he thought. Whiskers spent his days lounging in sunny spots, hunting for mice, and occasionally sneaking into backyards for scraps of food. One day, while exploring the edge of the town, he came across a small, abandoned cottage. The cottage was overgrown with ivy and surrounded by wildflowers, providing a perfect hideout for a cat who valued his solitude. Inside the cottage, Whiskers found a cozy spot on an old, cushioned chair. As he curled up and began to doze off, he noticed something unusual, a faint meowing sound coming from a corner of the room. Whiskers perked up and cautiously approached the source of the noise. There, hidden beneath a pile of blankets, was a tiny trembling kitten with fur as gray as storm clouds and eyes wide with fear. The kitten, barely a few weeks old, looked up at Whiskers with a mix of hope and desperation. "Please help me," she mewed softly. "I'm lost and scared." Whiskers hesitated. He was not used to caring for others, but something in the kitten's pleading eyes stirred a long-forgotten feeling of compassion within him. He nudged the blankets away and curled around the kitten, offering warmth and comfort. "What's your name?" he asked gently. "Luna," the kitten replied, her tiny body relaxing slightly in Whiskers' protective embrace. "I was separated from my family during a storm. I've been hiding here ever since." Whiskers sighed, realizing that he couldn't just leave Luna alone. "I'll help you, Luna," he said. "We'll find your family together." For the first time in his life, Whiskers felt a sense of purpose beyond his own survival. Over the next few days, Whiskers and Luna explored the town together. Whiskers taught Luna how to hunt and find safe places to rest. They shared meals, stories, and even the occasional game of chase. As they grew closer, Whiskers found himself enjoying Luna's company more than he had ever expected. The bond between them grew stronger with each passing day. Determined to reunite Luna with her family, Whiskers led her to various parts of the town, asking other animals if they had seen any cats resembling Luna. They visited the bustling market square, the serene town park, and even the quiet cemetery where Whiskers often went to think. In the market square, a wise old tortoiseshell cat named Marigold offered some hope. "I believe I saw a family of gray cats near the edge of the forest," she said. "They were searching for something, or someone perhaps." Encouraged by this lead, Whiskers and Luna headed towards the forest. The journey was long and filled with challenges, but their friendship made the hardships bearable. They faced sudden rainstorms, slippery paths, and even an encounter with a mischievous raccoon who tried to steal their food. Through it all, Whiskers and Luna supported each other, their bond growing ever stronger. One evening, as they were resting beneath a large oak tree, Luna looked up at Whiskers with gratitude. "Thank you for everything," she said softly. "I couldn't have made it this far without you." Whiskers smiled and nuzzled her gently. "Friends help each other," he replied, "and you are my friend, Luna." As they ventured deeper into the forest, Whiskers and Luna finally spotted a group of gray cats near a clearing. Luna's heart raced with excitement as she recognized her family. With a joyful cry, she sprinted towards them, calling out their names. Her family, who had been searching for her tirelessly, rushed to embrace her with tears of joy and relief. Whiskers watched from a distance, his heart swelling with happiness for Luna. Her reunion was a beautiful sight, and he felt a sense of accomplishment for having helped her. However, a part of him also felt a pang of sadness at the thought of parting ways with his newfound friend. Luna's family approached Whiskers, their eyes filled with gratitude. "Thank you for bringing our Luna back to us," said Luna's mother, a graceful cat named Silver. "You are a true friend." Whiskers nodded, but before he could say anything, Luna ran back to him. "Whiskers, please stay with us," she pleaded. "You're part of our family now." Moved by Luna's words and the warmth of her family, Whiskers agreed to stay. He realized that his days of solitude were behind him and that he had found something far more valuable, friendship and a sense of belonging. Life in the forest was a new and thrilling adventure for Whiskers. The forest was alive with the sounds of rustling leaves, chirping birds, and the distant call of owls. It was a stark contrast to the quiet streets of the town, but Whiskers quickly adapted. He found joy in the bustling activity and the sense of community that permeated the forest. Each morning, Whiskers would wake up to the gentle prodding of Luna's paw. "Come on, Whiskers. It's time to explore," she would chirp, her eyes bright with excitement. Together, they would join Luna's family in their daily activities. Whiskers learned to appreciate the thrill of hunting in the dense underbrush, where every rustle could be a potential meal. Luna's family welcomed Whiskers with open paws. Silver, Luna's mother, often shared stories of the forest with him. "This forest has been our home for generations," she told Whiskers one evening as they sat by a babbling brook. "We are connected to every tree, every rock, and every creature that lives here." Whiskers listened intently, absorbing the rich history and deep bonds that tied Luna's family to the forest. He felt honored to be part of such a tight-knit community. As days turned into weeks, Whiskers found himself integrating more into their daily routines. He joined in the hunts, participated in the games, and even helped guard the territory against potential threats. One of Whiskers' favorite pastimes was teaching the younger cats the skills he had mastered during his years as a stray. He showed them how to move silently through the underbrush, how to fish from the streams, and how to find the best sunning spots. The young ones looked up to him, their eyes wide with admiration and respect. One evening, as the sun cast long shadows through the trees, Luna's father, a dignified gray tom named Storm, approached Whiskers. "You've become an integral part of our family," Storm said, his voice deep and sincere. "Your presence has made us stronger, and we are grateful for everything you do." Whiskers felt a warmth spread through his chest. For the first time in his life, he felt truly valued and appreciated. "Thank you, Storm," he replied. "Being part of this family means everything to me." As the seasons changed, Whiskers marveled at the beauty of the forest. He experienced the vibrant colors of autumn, the crisp chill of winter, the fresh blooms of spring, and the lush greenery of summer. Each season brought new adventures and deeper connections with his new family. One crisp autumn day, while Whiskers and Luna were exploring a part of the forest they hadn't yet ventured, they came across an old, fallen tree covered in moss and fungi. "This tree must have been here for decades," Whiskers mused, running his paw along the rough bark. Luna nodded, her eyes filled with wonder. "It's amazing to think about all the stories this forest holds," she said. "Every tree, every rock has witnessed countless lives and events." Whiskers felt a deep sense of contentment. He realized that he was now part of those stories, his own life intertwined with the history of the forest and the lives of those he had come to love. He looked at Luna, who had become more than just a friend. She was family. As they returned to their den that evening, they were greeted by the familiar faces of their family. They shared stories of their day's adventures, their laughter echoing through the trees. Whiskers felt a profound sense of belonging, a stark contrast to the loneliness he had once known. In the heart of the forest, surrounded by friends and family, Whiskers understood the true value of relationships. He had learned that life was not just about surviving, but about thriving in the company of those who cared for you. The bonds he had formed brought him a deeper fulfillment than he had ever imagined. Whiskers had discovered that valuing friendships and relationships brought a richness to life that was irreplaceable. He was no longer defined by his solitary existence, but by the connections he had forged and the love he had found. The Whiskers of Friendship had found his true home, and his heart was forever changed.